Fingerstyle fursday. Hello there. Today is full of more sick beats. So that's the main thing that's going on today. We are in C minor 6 tuning, so that just means that your E needs to be tuned down to an E flat or D sharp, depending on how pedantic your tuner is. So it should sound like this, which sounds very moody on its own, but it produces some lovely sounds. So that's the first thing, let's get tuned. And then the other thing is we're talking about drumming. Now, when it comes to our kick drum and our snare drum, that I've already talked about before in Fingerstyle Thursday 10. So go have a look at that if you're not used to percussive. Get used to that, then come back and look at this, because today we're adding it up with an extra hand. Fun. Okay, so the more advanced percussive things going on today equals what we call sort of a left hand slap or a left hand percussive hit, whatever you want to call it. But it basically means that we can then play kick drum, I call this hi-hat, and then snare drum. So we can get some nice, more fuller drum beats like you would on a drum kit. Now the way that I'm doing this is, lots of the chords, when we're ever going to be using this, we're going to be fretting, for example, what looks like a C7. So if you get that in position, and then the rest of your fingers, if you can make sure they're really flat, so you're trying to almost mute all the strings. And then what I want you to do, bring them up and just slap them down. You'll make lots of weird noise, and that doesn't matter. At the moment, we just need to get a hit like that. So just practice some left hand slapping. Okay, so once we're a bit more accustomed to that left hand slap, what I want you to do is we're going to hit our thumb on the bridge for the kick drum, then you're going to left hand slap, and then you're going to flick out for the snare drum. I use my middle finger for the snare drum, but you could use your index finger also, that's absolutely fine. So we want to go basically kick, hat, snare, kick, hat, snare, kick, hat, snare. And you want to get used to doing that as a roll, like that. Okay, so just kick, hat, snare, kick, hat, snare. Just get used to practicing that at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that for a little while until your spouse or another person kills you. Right, so let's talk about the actual piece then and what's going on, okay? Now, the chords that I'm using in the start, I've called it an E flat / D, but basically it feels like an F chord. If you play me an F chord, which doesn't actually sound terrible like this, and then if you basically move your fingers towards the floor. So basically my middle finger is on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, and then my index finger is on the 1st fret, 1st string. We've got that kid. So we're going to move between this shape, and then you're going to lift to that C minor 7. E flat / D, C minor 7. So the first thing we're going to do is just start off with some classic arpeggios, mate. And we're going to go 3, 2, 4, 1 on that E flat. And we're going to do 3 of those. 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1. And then we're going to hit a snare, okay? So try that. Okay, so that little bar will come in randomly. It's how we start. It's in 16th notes, so we're counting 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Okay? Snare drum is on 4. If you're a drummer, or if you listen to most pop rock songs, snare drum, or chucking, whatever you prefer, is always on beats 2 and 4. So here, 2 and 4, that's where your snare drum should be. Okay, so that's our intro. Our main groove, we're going to play the same arpeggio. So we're going to go 3, 2, 4, 1, which is 1 E and 2. And then we're going to snare. 1 E and 2. Then we're going to change chord. And we're going to go 3, 2, 4, 1 again. But that's sort of 1 E and 2 E and 3 E. So it comes halfway on the 2. 1 E and 2 and 3 E. A little bit weird. Count it slowly. Try that. Okay, so once you've done that a couple of times, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E. 3 E, and then we have and 4, which is our kick, hi-hat, snare drum. Okay, so that altogether from the C minor 7 was 3, 2, 4, 1, kick, left, snare. And that's all the same, as in they're all 16th notes. So we need to try and just get used to. And that's why I'm using this chord, so I can easily do the slap. So if we try that beat, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4. That's the shit. 2 and 3 E and 4. Play that. Right, to make it even more difficult, just at the end, I'm adding one more fourth string. So I'm going 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and. You don't have to add that kid if you don't want to. But basically, according to our sheet, we have repeats. So we're going to have to play that riff 3 times. Okay, 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and then we go straight back to our first bar. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and right. That pretty much tells us the entire first line. There's lots of repeats in there, so just make sure you get the first riff, then our main riff, 3 times, and then back to. Okay, last riff has some different chords. So I'm still going to use my index and middle, but basically this time, index is on the 8th fret and my middle finger's on the 10th fret. So you have a 2 fret. I would try and use those 2 fingers, but you could also use your ring finger. That'd be absolutely fine. Now we're going to play the exact same deal. 1 E and 2. Then we're going to move down 2 frets to the C minor. So it's still 1 finger chord. And 3 E and 4 and. Then we go back to our original riff. 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and. Then we're going to do that shit again because we have a repeat. And then the last line, we end up with the original riff. And then there we go. That was a lot of information to try and squeeze in, so I hope you followed it. Bye!